Hey, welcome to this week's fantabulous episode of Cancel Deez Nutz. Cancel Deez Nuts, you know, because we're canceling nut jobs. So cancel
Deez.
Cancel Deez Nuts. This is what we're talking about. And I just want to say you guys are so lucky. If you guys have never heard this show before, consider yourself having won the lottery. If you've landed on this show by pure, you know, if the stars have aligned and fate has intervened and destiny has provided this ear candy to land on your little head holes, I just want you guys to know this is better than winning like $360 million on the lottery.
I don't know, man.
360.1. Now that's a different story, but this show is worth $360 million. Easily.
Easy. And
Easy. We're going to tell you why right now. So me and my co-host here are looking for an Asian bride.
Hey, I heard you can get paid.
Hey, so
we're going to test it out.
Look, if there's anybody out there that knows any Asian women looking for a green card, we are believing that, we've heard that
you can cash out.
Their families will pay top dollar. Like
20,000. Or you can get like around 20,000. And they'll pay for everything.
So we're looking for ways to promote the podcast, and
this is what we come up with.
Since we can't get anyone to go to www.rotflpodcast.com/donate, we are going to have to pimp ourselves out and give green cards to Asian immigrants who want to become citizens.
So the only problem is I got to get divorced first.
Yeah, that is a problem.
So you can,
you can go to Utah, some sectors of Utah.
Polygamous.
I still think
Polygamous?
It's illegal. Yeah. Is it?
Polygamous? Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea. Welcome to the ROTFL podcast. If you haven't already, go to our website, rotflpodcast.com. I said that messed up. rotflpodcast.com and become a member. You know, get notified every time one of these hot episodes drops. And we will have 2 more episodes after this one.
Close out the season.
To close out season number 2. And we will be going on a sabbatical.
Yeah, we got to take a break.
We got to take a break.
We got to, refocus our energies.
We got to refocus. We have been...
We're stretching it thin.
Yeah, we've been blowing our loads just way too much. And we just have nothing left in our little ball sacks.
Well... Before we get started, taking it back to the basics, I got a fun fact for everybody. Now, wombats, did I tell you about this? Wombats. Oh, this comes down the line from Sarah. Thank you very much. They are the only species on Earth that poop cubes.
What?
Yeah, they poop cubes.
Like perfect cubes?
Yeah, like little cubes.
Well, I've always enjoyed rabbit and
little square poops.
I've always enjoyed rabbit and goat pellets. They always these little Hershey's Kisses. But you're telling me a wombat poops a square pellet?
Yep.
Oh man,
poop cubes, and they do it a lot too.
I wouldn't imagine the shape of the wombat's penis if he wanted to do some anal on that. Oh my goodness, that is a nice.
Yeah, it's baffled scientists for years.
Why is it baffling them? They got a square butthole, man.
I think they just found that out.
So they just passed the $1.9 trillion stimulus, and I can almost guarantee about $500 million will go into studying why wombat poops are square. Guaranteed. Why
Guaranteed.
not?
Why not? Yep.
I mean, we're going to have lizards running on treadmills. We're going to spray bobcat urine on alcoholic cats. We're all paying for that. So why don't we pay for something decent and find out why wombats are pooping out square turds?
Hey, and this next stimulus package, it's 5,500 pages long. We're going to go through this thing. We're going to find some wasted money.
We are not going to go through
page by
5,000.
page.
I've read Dostoevsky and Tolstoy, and it's like 1,200 pages of dry-ass barf. And there's no
Yeah, I can't do
way.
it. Have you ever read the Title 15?
Dude.
That is
Bro,
hard.
that's only like 80 pages.
Dude,
bro.
it's hard to get through.
Well, yeah,
And
hell
it's-
yeah.
But it's 80 pages, but it's 80 pages. Oh, by the way, for everybody out there, the Title 15 is something everybody gets when you go to prison. It's rules and regulations.
It's the rules and
everything.
regulations. And they're all laid out like just
so
law.
the jankiest lawyer ever wrote this thing.
Yeah, it
dude.
looks like you're reading through city statutes and penal code. That's all it is.
A janky ass lawyer wrote that Title 15.
Hey,
I'll tell you
well,
right now.
California ain't paying big bucks to these guys. By the time the money gets to where it needs to go, it's already been sucked up and lined in all the corrupt mother effers' pockets. So, what were we initially talking about before?
Wombat poots.
Nah, man. See, this is why we need to reconvene, because our brains are dead.
Dude, we're over. We're over.
Listen. Oh, no, that was it. We finished up our thought. Congratulations, everyone. Look at us. We finished up our thought. All right. So let's kick this off with some craziness. And there's been a lot of backlash for this. This is fantastic. And this is directed to all our white friends out there. You know who you are. You know who you are, you oppressive, arrogant sons of bitches. All right?
You fucking Nazis.
You fucking Nazis. Listen, here.
Killed me 50 men.
Listen. Author Robin DiAngelo. Okay? She wrote a book. She authored a New York Times bestseller called White Fragility. That's right, white fragility. Saying white people are fragile because they feel so guilty about their ancestors' transgressions that they're afraid to talk about race. This book was actually directed towards her white liberal friends. Surprisingly enough, I've read into this broad, and a lot of this is directed to white liberals, right?
Well, you know, Malcolm X, he said, beware the white liberal.
Yeah,
They're the ones that are going to get you.
they are. And you could look up some of them quotes he said. He said they are the most dangerous. So why is it so hard for white people to talk about racism? Well, it's not, but it is for liberals for some reason.
Well, this lady, too, she's an old white lady. An old, rich white lady.
Dude.
So if you're going to take advice on how to be
be
less white by an old, rich... Well, she
A
looks like...
pale ass, not just an old white lady, a pale ass. I'm talking about...
She might have a little Jew
I'm
in her.
talking about alabaster pale.
What's D'Angelo? She might have some Jewish in her, but I don't think D'Angelo is Jewish.
It sounds Italian to me, but hey, what do I know?
Hey, and just so all you listeners out there, I'm allowed to say that I'm half Jewish.
He is, and there's a whole part of her course, a book about why Jews have to claim they're white as well and follow in line with this. There's a whole part I checked out. She's like, here's some books you read why Jews need to feel like they're racist too. Serious. I'm not even joking. I went through all these books she's recommending to read. Okay, so there's this big backlash for this. We want to go through this list. Okay.
I thought we weren't gonna do this. We were gonna save this for the
Bro, why
clip,
you
man.
question me? We are doing this and then doing a separate thing. Just relax. All right? This is for the YouTubes.
Oh, the interwebs?
Look it. She claims the part of the solution, she started a LinkedIn course. And if anyone doesn't know what LinkedIn is, well, either do we. And not only do we not care.
I know what LinkedIn is.
Yeah, it's something. It's some type of bullshit.
So businesses can like promote their shit.
They all promote, advertise, hook up. You know what the deal is. It's like Facebook for businesses.
Right.
All right. So D'Angelo states that part of the solution for all you white, pale, pasty motherfuckers out there is to be a little less white. Come on.
Be less oppressive.
You guys have to be less white. So you got this down?
I'm on it.
All right. So I quote, the question I ask myself is, how do I do a little less harm? Oh, wait, let me get a little voice. The question I ask myself is, how do I do a little less harm? And how do I know, right? Am I, in any given moment, behaving in any anti-racist ways? This broad obviously has too much time on her hands.
Well, how about be less arrogant?
Hold on.
Am I moving too fast?
You are. So she goes on to explain how to be less white. And we're going to give you the 10 bullet points to this whole thing. So go and read them off. Number them off. What number one?
Number 1, be less oppressive.
Uh-huh.
Now, I don't know about you or any of my white friends. I have friends of all races, nationalities, colors, but I ain't oppressing nobody. I don't have the money to oppress anybody.
The only thing he's oppressing is his penis when he masturbates excessively.
Try to make it an innie instead of outie. I oppress it.
Yeah. That's the only thing he's oppressing. And, okay, so the antonym for oppressive is submissive. So if whites are oppressive, you're saying non-whites are submissive. That is, so be more submissive, guys. Go ahead.
Number 2, be less arrogant.
Yeah, you arrogant
Sons of bitches.
mother. What is wrong with you guys?
Be less certain. Number 3.
Ooh.
So
Because non-whites are
uncertain about everything.
And whites are the most certain about things. So please try and be more non-white and be less certain. What?
Okay.
Take it up with her. Don't take it up with us.
We're just hitting bullet points and we're just talking about what she's talking about. This isn't coming from us.
Yeah, we just want to talk about the soft bigotry and the hardcore ignorant racism that comes from the left. They don't even know they're doing it. I've seen there are actually quotes from black people who say they would rather take a straight across racist like Richard Spencer or David Duke. They would rather take one of those because they know how to defend against it. It's straight up rather than a liberal who they can't even talk to. They're so racist they don't even know it and they think they're helping and they're not. Go ahead. Number 5.
5?
4.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be less defensive.
Yeah, so go on the offensive. Wouldn't being on the offensive... Listen, wouldn't being on the offensive make you oppressive?
Be less defensive about being white?
About being racist. They can't... Okay,
you can't defend your...
No, what they're saying is... A lot of liberals are called racist, or what I just said, soft bigots. They don't realize just how racist they actually are. But they get so mad if you call them a racist because they feel so guilty for some shit they had no control over 300 years ago that they get super defensive and want to hush the non-whites up and be like, oh, I know what I'm talking about. I'm just here to have... They're playing
trying to protect you.
Yeah, they're playing Captain Save-A-Ho to people who can
Who don't need
clearly
it.
protect themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, be less defensive. So that means go on the offensive, and that means that goes against being less oppressive, I would imagine. All right, go ahead.
Sounds like it. Number 6, number 5. I don't know.
5.
Be less ignorant. Now,
That's a good standard for everyone to live by.
Across the board?
Well, some of these things I can't disagree with, but in the just the bullet points, yeah, be less ignorant. That's great. I wish everyone would be less ignorant. You know, facts don't care about your feelings. I would love it if everyone was less ignorant, including myself. But in the context of what this bullet point attaches to is so punching bullshit. All right, go.
be
Number
more
6.
humble.
Yeah,
Be more humble.
be more humble like us, which is, we're just repeating ourselves here because the other bullet point was be less arrogant. So I'm thinking be more humble falls in line with that. Hey, it's her course, man. Take it up with her. I don't know. Carry on. Number 7.
6.
7.
Listen. That's just it. Just listen.
Hey,
Listen. And then especially if you're listening, tune into rotflpodcast.com.
hey, I like how you did that.
You like that little
there.
plug?
Yeah.
Believe. In what?
Number 8.
Number 8, believe.
Dude, number them off.
Number 8. I thought we had a good back and forth, dude.
Believe.
I lost track anyways.
Yeah, but if you just run into the next one, are we finishing your thought from the last one? Or are we going into the... How do we know?
I plugged our fucking show, man.
You did good. So, number 8 is believe.
Believe in what? Believe that
No.
you're racist?
Yeah. You have to
Believe that you are inherently racist just because you're white. Is that what it...
No, it would be a lot easier if you just believe what the leftists tell you are.
Oh,
and then you can save everyone a lot of trouble.
If you just believe it and don't argue with these ridiculous things.
This lady is a simpleton. She has broke this down in the most simplistic fashion that could possibly be broken down. You couldn't get any dumber with how she is caging this up and filing this away in her little turning broken
Crazy
cog
head.
of a brain.
Crazy head.
All right, number 9.
Break with apathy.
You got to take a break from apathy. Don't be apathetic.
Break with apathy.
I don't know what that means. I have no idea. Take a break from it? Being apathetic? What does it mean?
Yeah, be more apathetic. I don't know what apathetic means, so...
No, it's telling you to stop with the apathy.
And what's apathy?
Come
Moving
on, man. Why are you calling me on this, man? I don't know.
I called you out.
Empathy? Some type of,
No, apathy and empathy.
break with trying? Fuck, I don't know.
And are you supposed to do this on your lunch break?
I don't know. Don't do it on your lunch break. That's time for regaining the necessary energy and sustenance that one's healthy body needs.
There was something in her thing about when people are taking breaks while they're at work.
I don't want to hear about it. Go.
Next one. Break with solidarity. Oh, no. Break with white solidarity. Solidarity.
The argument here is, of course, that to be more white means to be more oppressive, more arrogant, more certain, more defensive, more ignorant, less humble, not able to listen, not able to believe. Believe in what? I don't know. To continue being apathetic and to engage in white solidarity. In other words, whiteness is inherently connected to oppression, arrogance, certainty, defensiveness, ignorance, lack of humility, inability to listen, apathy, and racial solidarity. She has grouped every single white person on the planet into these 10 bullet points, and it's a bunch of mother effing poppycock.
Now, I just want to do this. Now, nobody's calling her out on being racist against white people, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because
No. I'm going to talk about that next. She is. There's backlash.
Well, I'm just saying there's like this new thing where, racism doesn't have a color, all right? Racism, you can be racist against anything as long as, a certain race. Now, let's switch this up. Let's say it says black fragility and all these things were bullet points for black people. Would that be racist?
No, that would be banned off Amazon, and there would be... Portland would have to get burned down again for that one.
I'm just saying that if we just switch those two words, right?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, this is completely racist. So why is it not racist when it's talking about white people?
Oh, it's very simple. It's because white people hold the power, so you cannot be racist to white people in today's day and age, according to these people. The only people who can be racist are the people in the top of the power structure, which in this case is white people, they're claiming. Okay? So you cannot be racist towards white people. Here's the problem with that. Is 99% of us white people in America ain't in the fucking power structure.
Yeah.
Not even that. A little bit. There's long old politicians, dude, career politicians, long money that have been around for generations. And yeah, you may have an argument with those people, but those are just blue blood politicians, bro. Those are just deep state mother effers you have a problem with. You don't have a problem with your neighbors.
Yeah. Period.
But they want you to have a problem
do.
with your neighbor. As long as you have a problem with your neighbor, they
don't
will
have a
have
problem
votes.
with them.
They will have an issue to run on that they can, quote, unquote, fix.
Right.
That's all it is. Oh, by the way, Robin DiAngelo, who is the most pasty-ass Caucasian you ever seen, is paid large sums of money by corporations and institutions to provide training on coming to grips with the critical questions of racism and inclusion. Hey, I got an idea for you that will solve everybody's problem. How about we just get rid of the term race just altogether? Everything. Every form you sign that asks you, are you this, that, or the other, you just get rid of that. You get rid of everything. How about we're just got one box that says American, and you check that box. You should be checking that box. I don't know. What can I tell you?
It's ridiculous.
All right.
Oregon Department of Education show their work in
Hold on.
Hold the phone.
All right. So, a little follow-up to what we just talked about. LinkedIn removes the racist Be Less White diversity training.
Oh, yeah. Coke?
Yeah. So CocaCola was like, all our white employees got to take this. And there was such a backlash. I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody's fucking
this
standing
is
up
what
against
it's going to
this
take.
retarded ass shit.
Dude, this is what it's going to take. It's going to take people fighting back. It's going to take people going to court. This is racial discrimination at its best. If you want something not to exist, you don't create it in order to get rid of it. It's like if you want to stop someone from murdering somebody, you don't
get rid of the guns.
Well, no. What? Look, if you don't like genocide, you don't commit genocide to end genocide. You see what I'm saying? You're supposed to be above this. If you don't like people that hate other people, you don't hate those people to get rid of hate in the world.
It just causes more hate.
That's all it is, bro. So they got rid of it.
This is the one I was looking for.
All right, let's go.
All right. So we touched on this like a year ago. All right. They came out and they're saying that math, science, statistics are racist.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's ridiculous. I don't know how, in my mind, anyways. I don't know how math can be racist. You know, it's math.
Oh, it can be.
It's math. It can't be. It's math.
It is.
So, anyways, Boston Public Schools suspend advanced classes because too many students in them are white and Asian. All right. So they're suspending these advanced classes where, you know, these smart kids go into these advanced classes so they get good grades, and then they can go to a good college and they can get an education.
They work really hard.
They work their fucking ass off.
Their parents spend hardcore amounts of time with them to help them get into these classes.
It's not like, I don't know. It's ridiculous.
And
These
it's
kids
not
work their ass off to get good grades so they can go forward and go to a good college and have a good life.
It's not that other races aren't in these groups. They're just not equitable. It's not the equal amount of white people, Asians, and other races. But then we can go down into the population and be like, okay, well, these people are only a fraction of the population anyway. So how many people do you, if black people are only 13% of the population, how many people do you expect to actually be in these advanced classes?
Well, this demographic says that the program found more than 70% of students enrolled in these programs were white and Asian, even though nearly 80% of all Boston public schools are Hispanic or black.
Hey, I'm going to
Boston's a big
You
area.
can call this racist or not, but Asians are damn good at math.
They get their math done, dude.
You can kiss my ass. They are bad at driving, but they are good at math. And their food is delicious. So, you know, some people just sometimes
you got to take the good with the bad.
Sometimes there is self-fulfilling stereotypes, and this is one of them. Okay? White people like corned beef and cabbage, and Asians are good at math.
I do like me some corned beef and cabbage.
Seldomly. Not only is Oregon burning down, again, Oregon Department of Education, when they ask their students to show their work, you know what? I always hated this. I would come up with the answer in algebra, the final answer, and the teacher would always be, well, how did you get to your answer? I'll be like, I looked at the problem and got to the answer. They said, no, you got to show the work. I said, there was no steps. I just seen the answer and I wrote it down. Well,
see, my brother was smart like that, and he had the same issue because he could look at it and figure it out. And then the teachers would freak out on it, like, you cheated. And he's like, no, it's...
Yeah, they wanted me to show the steps because there are, and I learned this later, there are correct steps in doing algebra. If it's the algebra. It's the old acronym PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, arithmetic, adding and subtracting.
I hated algebra.
I loved algebra. However, asking students to show their work is now considered a
racist?
Form of white supremacy.
Racist?
So when the teacher told me to show my work, she was being a white supremacist towards me?
Too bad you didn't know that back then. You could have been like, you're a racist.
You racist!
How dare you ask me to show my work?
How dare you ask? All right, in cancel news, Kermit is getting canceled. Well, it's not even getting canceled. Disney is now slapping a warning label talking about the Muppets. Ladies and gentlemen, the little furry non-entities, the inanimate objects that someone shoves their hand up their little fabric ass are now offensive. Rather than remove the content, they're slapping a warning label saying, this content may be offensive to some viewers.
Oh, God.
Listen, if you watch The Muppets and you get offended, you are
There's
the
something wrong with you.
worst piece of shit.
There's just something wrong with you.
What is wrong with you?
All right. What's long, green, and smells like pork?
What?
Kermit the Frog's finger.
Oh, bam! You know, I think ugly people should slap a warning label on mirrors and saying that they're offensive.
But they have to look at it every time.
Yeah. How dare you
Offend me like that by making me look at myself.
All you mirror manufacturers and anyone who makes Trojan Company, the manufacturer of condoms, I find Magnum condoms hell of offensive because I don't have...
Do they fall off of you?
It's not usable. It is not usable, and it is offensive to those with penile... What is it? What am I looking for? Impairments.
You just got to tie a knot in it.
I'm penilely impaired, guys. So, the maker of Trojan, canceled. Who else is canceled this week?
Monopoly.
Monopoly.
Canceled.
Canceled.
Racist. Monopoly is racist.
So
all you everybody, since you've been playing Monopoly ever since you were a kid,
yeah.
Does that make you racist because you're playing a racist game?
So what we're going to do here is we're going to make it more representative of reality, and instead of get out of jail free card, it's going to be stay your ass in jail gangsta card.
Or we're gonna change what's the ghetto in Monopoly? What's the ghetto ass one that's only like $5?
Baltic Avenue is getting changed to what?
MLK Boulevard.
Oh, dang!
Dude, it's crazy. You go to any city and anywhere.
Yeah, why is that? How come we go to
MLK
any
Boulevard
Martin Luther King Boulevard and it's always...
It's the ghetto. Every single city, anywhere you go.
I think that's sad that that's what they do. That's how that's how he was represented. That's his representation, is the ghettos of America. It's horrible. And
how about that? Look,
well,
the Harveys employed a black maid named Clara Watson. She lived on Baltic Avenue in the low-income black neighborhoods not far from the Mediterranean Avenue on Monopoly board.
That's why
that's named that.
We're also changing the little boot. The little shoe is going to be a Nike.
You better not fuck with that top hat. That's
Instead of a car, it's going to be a Cutlass. Instead of a little tiny terrier, it's going to be a pit bull. Instead of a hat, it's going to be a do-rag.
Don't fuck with the hat. That's my piece.
That's my piece, cuz. All right. Dude, we've went off the rails.
Always.
Yeah. What are you going to do? The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah.
Recast the voice.
Canceled.
The Black Doctor. Okay, he was voiced by a white voice actor for 31 years, ladies and gentlemen. 31 years. This guy had a career voicing the Black Doctor on Simpsons. And he is canceled!
Also, the other guy, Apu, the quickie store owner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's not because the guy that does Apu does like a few other voices, and he won't do Apu anymore because they think it's inherently racist and hurts somebody's feelings. So they got to find an Indian guy to do his voice.
So
Big Bang Theory, that dude from Big Bang Theory, you got an opening. You got yourself a shot.
Look it.
It's the big leagues.
It's getting to the point where the only people who could represent a historical figure or a figure in real life has to actually be the person. You know,
I've seen something
like when they do a movie on Ghislaine Maxwell, in her Jeffrey Epstein pedophile island. They're going to have to pull her out of jail and make her an actress.
Whoopi Goldberg would be a good spot for that.
Oh, my God. Ellen, where are you?
Oh, that would be a good one.
Oh, my gosh.
They're homeboys
all
anyways.
over my phone.
They're homeboys anyways.
Probably in... Speaking of Ghislaine Maxwell, what the hell?
What happened to her? Where? Oh.
How come everything has went quiet on... Okay, you know what? We're going to look into that. We're going to find out what's going on with her. We have been so blown away by the heinous shenanigans that has been happening for the last year that we have completely spaced this. But we will not forget.
We're not going to forget. Here at ROTFL, we'll give you updates.
All right. And everyone remembers Trump's kids in cages. It was a big reason why everyone called him a fascist, called him a dictator, called him a genocidal, homicidal maniac. Oh, the guy that peacefully left office. Remember that? Remember that guy who's going to refuse to leave? Remember when you guys were all calling everyone to arms?
Take the nuclear codes away from him because I don't want him to start nuclear war before he leaves.
So... during Trump's administration, it was called kids in cages. But now, the same ass cages that they're continuing. It's the same facilities. He hasn't built any more facilities. Now, during the Biden administration, the New York Times is now calling it a migrant facility for children. How lovely.
That sounds wonderful. That sounds kind of like a day spa.
It sounds fairly
like
nice. I promise you, it's nicer than some of the places I spent
that's for damn sure.
Facilities
Guaranteed.
I spent time in.
Guaranteed.
Cockroaches crawling all over me. The light goes out, and as soon as the light goes out, oh my God, yeah,
dude, there are roaches everywhere in your lockers, dude, everywhere.
No, I would go to sleep, okay, and as soon as the sun went down, because my light was broken in my cell. As soon as the sun went down, cockroaches would crawl all over me, my face, my body, and you just got used to it. You just sucked it up and said,
try not to sleep with your mouth open. That's all you do.
I just got to deal with it. This is how life is.
I was in rehab once. I was infested with mice, dude. And like when you're sleeping, mice would just come out of everywhere and start crawling all over everybody.
Oh, the places the woke will go. Dr. Seuss is canceled. Canceled.
1 fish, 2 fish, 3 fish, cancel.
4.
Now, at a side note, I took a history class in college. Well, in prison, but it was in college.
College in prison. Every kid yearns to go to college in prison.
Well, and I think that was something that was pushed through a little bit from Trump. But let's not bring that up. So, Dr. Seuss wrote like all kinds of articles and cartoons for newspapers and whatnot and against Asian people. And he was like this whole class in this history class, it was like for about a week long, she was talking about how racist Dr. Seuss is. And then I was like, but wasn't this during World War II when we were at war, Pearl Harbor just got bombed and killed thousands of people? So
they have no care of taking in the spirit of the age into their equation when they posthumously canceled these dead authors.
Well, but they did do a thing. They like rounded up a bunch of Asians and put them in holding camps at this time. You know?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you guys are history buffs out there, but
it's not.
It happened.
It's not a deep dive into history to know this information. This is very topical information. Right. If you don't know this is upsetting.
Well, so Dr. Seuss, he's been labeled a racist, you know, for a while now, but they don't take into account that it was during World War II and
For more than 20 years, March 2nd has been recognized as Read Across America Day in honor of Dr. Seuss's birthday, which is now canceled. All right? So the new theme is Create and Celebrate Diversity Day. So instead of National Read Across America Day, it is now some gobbledygook called Create and Celebrate Diversity.
What the hell is diversity?
I
I believe it's an old wooden ship
Yes.
sailed during the Civil War era.
Speaking of more problems, white people and Europeans have an unhealthy focus on being punctual.
How can that be unhealthy?
It is.
How can that? How can being on time somewhere be unhealthy?
How? Can someone?
Can somebody explain that to us?
Is this why we're getting all the jobs? Because we're actually on time to our interviews?
I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss of words.
So, that being said, quit being a white oppressor and start being late. Just like sleep in, forget about work. Don't take your kids to school. Who cares if you have say you having a doctor's an appointment for chemotherapy and like you need to go there on time to get this done. If you don't, you're going to miss your spot. Screw it. Quit being a racist, dude.
Yeah, be late.
Be late.
I was reading that article there, and what they were saying, in South Africa, it's more relaxed. It's not really chained down by time frames.
Because South Africa is doing so well.
So great.
In comparison to the other global.
So let's be more like South Africa and just, lay around and not go to your appointments.
That's
like do what you're supposed to do.
That's like your fat stoner lazy friend that lives in his mom's basement and be like, look at how well he's doing. We got to be more like that
him.
guy. What's wrong with everybody, you racist? Listen, the Office of Equity should model practices and decolonize boards by identifying, dismantling culture-bound rules and decorum, time requirement, education, and what we call expertise. You guys understand how crazy this is.
Well, not just that, but the implications if this stuff goes through. Like if people actually
it would be
get a
chaos.
hold of this and run with it.
It would be utter chaos if no one went to anything on time and we got rid of what they call expertise, experts. This is what they want. They want to, 1, dumb people down. 1, make them lazy. 1, make them... 1, I keep saying 1. 1.
You're already on 3, buddy.
It's all equally important.
Hey, he was saying that because he didn't want to be racist. Math is racist. So
Math is racist. There you go. There's a perfect example.
So 1.
I forgot what I was saying. I started saying 1 a bunch of times. 1.
And 1.
It's all equally important.
Number 1.
They want to dumb you down. And 1, they want to make you dependent on them. If you're dependent on them, if you are too lazy and never punctual, you will never maintain a job. Listen, being punctual is standard on surviving. Okay.
Are you ever going to hire anybody if they're late to their
No,
interview?
let's take it back to 10,000 BC. You got to get up at the butt crack of dawn because
go hunt some food.
you got to get up before the sun comes up because these nocturnal animals or whatever the reason is, you got to be there to get some meat or you're going to die.
Not just that, but you don't have any lights. So you're not really running around at night unless it's a full moon.
I'm just
And 1.
There's a reason we've created this whole... There's a reason we invented clocks. It made life easier.
Fixed a lot of problems.
Imagine... It's good for the person who's late, but imagine being the person who's waiting.
On time and waiting.
We've all waited at a bus stop, and these people ain't on... These people ain't on time. That is a horrible.
What happens when you're playing?
How about we go the other direction and everybody just be on time all the time and watch so much stuff
Get actually done.
improve in life.
And
What?
one.
Oh, but they follow it with, we need to get rid of the experts. Well, of course,
Yeah, clearly.
because if you don't have any experts telling you what a dumbass idea all
All this
these
shit
things we
is.
talked about in this podcast are, then you will remain ignorant, dumb. You will base your life on no truths whatsoever, and you will be dependent, and you will give your vote to the person who's going to help feed your family, and that is going to be Big Brother.
I
It's
just
gonna be the
don't
government.
understand. I don't understand how anybody can listen to this stuff and think to themselves, that's a great idea.
No. You're giving these people
like a light dawns on, and they're like,
no. You're giving.
why hasn't anybody thought about this before?
No, you're giving these people too much credit. This is thinking for yourself is a form of white supremacy. You have to just have the left-wing media tell you what to think, and that's how you live. You don't think
Think
this
for
stuff.
yourself. Don't think for yourself.
That is
don't do
wrong.
it. That's racist.
Thinking for yourself
Racist.
is
Cancel.
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 All right, that's all we got. If you like our show, go ahead and subscribe. Do your thing. You know what the deal is. We got 2 more shows, so till the episode's over, you want to catch this show on YouTube and see our ugly mugs, you can go to YouTube and search ROTFL Podcast. You can search us, ROTFL Podcast, on Facebook. You can search us other places if you're a little heart so desired. And
Don't search us on Twitter. Twitter's stupid.
yeah, don't do it.
Fuck Twitter.
Just quit Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter can eat a big
Hash-
old dick.
Hashtag quit Twitter.
Hashtag eat a dick.
All right, that's all we got. Peace!